is long overdue, but I am re-recording my pregnancy Q&A for you right now in the midst of our move. I really wanted to have this content out to you before I start our home content because we are going to be pretty much vlogging the entire thing from the actual moving day when we sign our papers into just unpacking, decorating, organizing, all that. Because there's been so many requests about that. So I am re-recording my pregnancy Q&A for you now. I know some of you guys do know that my camera broke, and when it broke, the file that I had recorded on it was a broken file. It didn't work, so here I am doing this for you now. I went through about 600 questions, and when I was going through those 600 questions, I realized that a lot of you guys were just asking the same thing. There was a ton of just the same question over and over again, so I really didn't have as many questions to answer as I thought I would. So I'm just doing all of the top questions that you guys asked, and here we go. So, number one, my due date. My due date is Christmas. We had our 20-week scan, and the due date is still spot on for Christmas, so baby girl will be here Christmas or around then. How far along am I? Right now, I am 23 weeks. Am I pushing the wedding back? So there was a ton of questions about the wedding. Yes, we did push the wedding back. Originally, we were just waiting to see kind of what the doctor said, kind of getting through those first couple weeks, because those can be, just weeks where you're not sure if your pregnancy is going to stay or not. You don't want to make any crazy decisions yet because, God forbid, we did not stick our pregnancy out as long as this. We didn't want to move the wedding and then be like, okay, just kidding. We had no reason to do that. So just to play it safe, we waited a little bit longer to change the wedding back. We did push it back. Luckily, a lot of our vendors were just willing to work with us, and they all agreed on one date that they would offer to us with no cost change, nothing. So we are changing the wedding date to May 2nd. And yes, it is still in Hawaii. Everything's still the same. Some people asked if I'm still wearing the same wedding dress. I am still wearing the same wedding dress. I'm gonna be about 6 months out at that point, so I don't foresee there being too many problems. And luckily, the dress that I chose, it'll just work well. And yeah, there really just shouldn't be any problems with that. I'm so excited to wear my dress, so I'm glad I didn't have to change that. By the way, if you hear little claws walking around, that's the dogs. Their claws on the floor drive me crazy. Okay, was this a planned or unplanned pregnancy? So for starters, this is a weird question to ask somebody. So I definitely don't recommend just asking people, is this a planned or an unplanned pregnancy as you go on into your future? Just a little bit of advice there. I've had a lot of girls DM me and be like, oh my God, I hate when people ask that question. It's so rude. But it's not that this wasn't planned or unplanned. We kind of just were... I was not on birth control, and I mean, John and I have been together for literally 5 years. I actually was kind of concerned that there was just some issues that I was having that kind of led me to believe that I might have fertility problems. So we definitely weren't being super careful, but it just happened. We just roll with what God gives us, honestly. It's not that we were trying, we weren't trying, we definitely weren't being super careful. And like I said, it was just... this was what our cards were given to us, and we're so thankful and so blessed. And honestly, I am so excited to have our little girl at our wedding. I just think it's going to be such a special thing. So yeah. And then some people, off of that question, asked if the Ava bracelet works. The Ava bracelet that I obviously post about, that thing is literally spot on my ovulation dates. I did conceive on one of my ovulation dates, so you guys know we're just not being very careful. How did I find out? So I found out because I pretty much take a pregnancy test every single month. I know some people think that's weird, but I know a lot of people that do that. They just take a pregnancy test around when they're gonna get their period. So I'm one of those people. I've always done that, and I just took one and it came back positive, and I was like, oh shit, I'm pregnant. And I waited to tell John, I think 4 days or something like that, just because I wanted to make sure, because you never know with false positives and stuff like that. So one morning he woke up and we were just sitting on the couch, and I was like, hey, I have to tell you something. And then I just told him, I just said, I'm pregnant. And he was like, oh my God. And it was just kind of an oh shit moment, but it was an exciting oh shit moment. It's kind of hard to explain. Definitely I never was like, oh, I'm gonna make this huge cute way to like tell John that I'm having a baby, whatever. Like, I don't know, I'm just not that person. I just kind of wanted to come out and flat out tell him. He's not the first person I told. Sydney was planning my bachelorette party, and we were gonna do a trip, so she was planning it for around November, I believe, and I was over at her house and she was like talking to me about it, and I was like, oh my god, I have to tell her before she books all of this. So we were just sitting at her house and I told her, I said, Sid, I need to tell you this, I'm pregnant. And she was like, oh my god, and she made me pee on a stick again at her house, and it came back positive. So obviously we did not plan the bachelorette party. So she was the first person I told, just kind of by, like, I had to tell her so she didn't book this stuff. She was, family reactions, she was so excited. Everybody we told was like just so excited, honestly. And then other people asked, was it hard to tell family? And somebody said, was it hard to tell family, oops, I'm pregnant before marriage? Honestly, not at all, because like I said, John and I have been together for 5 years. We've been financially on our own for a really long time. We both have our own careers. So not really, it wasn't really hard. I was definitely like most scared to tell my mom, but she didn't, like, she like cried on the phone, so she didn't care at all. And I was like, wow, that was really weird that I was scared to tell her. Do I feel too young? Personally, no. I think that age, I know it's like a cliche thing to say, age is just a number. I'm fortunate that I found my soulmate at a young age. I graduated college early. I've been financially on my own for a long time. We obviously just bought a house. So no, I don't really feel too young. I'm pretty much an old soul in a young girl's body. And it's just, I always felt like I wanted to be a young mom. Symptoms. So my first trimester of pregnancy was really, really, really hard. I like could not be awake all day, and like I just couldn't be conscious because I was so nauseous. And I was so nauseous, but I wouldn't throw up. I only threw up one time, actually, and it wasn't even during a period where I was nauseous. I was just randomly in the bathroom and threw up, like, out of nowhere. And so, yeah. But my first trimester, like I said, super hard. I was so nauseous, and I almost just wished that I would throw up because it kind of gets rid of the nausea. But I had to actually ask my doctor to prescribe me promethazine, and I pretty much just took that and fell asleep and would just sleep all day. And then I would wake up and take it again. I ended up finding out and like kind of listening to my body and realizing that every time I would get nauseous, it was because I was getting hungry. So I needed to have a full stomach, even though food and the thought of food was absolutely repulsive. The only way I could not feel nauseous is if my stomach was like 100% full, not even like slightly hungry. And the second I would even get a little bit hungry, I would just immediately get this nauseous feeling again. So like eating for me in the first trimester, that's when I gained like most of my weight, because I had to be consistently eating like anything I could just to not feel nauseous and be able to get through a day. How did symptoms affect your relationship? This is something that not a lot of people talk about. John and I definitely butt heads a little bit in the beginning of my pregnancy, just because I haven't really cooked this pregnancy. It's been really hard for me to cook. Every time I make something, I'm just like grossed out by it and I don't want to eat it. And just cooking in general is just kind of gross to me. Like meat is gross. I have a really hard time getting my protein in. So like, it's just not easy. So that definitely is something which like, I don't blame him. He wants his wife to cook for him. And so I feel bad, but he completely understands. But obviously that's an adjustment. Me being so tired is definitely an adjustment. Or like when I wake up super early, like I woke up at 5:30 the other day, just out of nowhere, just to like get up. So definitely there's like things that it will affect the relationship. Like things are going to change. Both people are going to have to adjust. And it's just part of it. Like you just have to get through it. It'll be the same way once our baby's here. We'll just have to make adjustments and all that, but you still love each other. And it's not anything that's like, oh my God, this is detrimental to the relationship. You just get through it. What am I most excited for? I am most excited for, honestly, dressing like in matching clothes. I cannot wait to match with my little girl. I'm most excited for that. I'm most excited to just like have a little best friend with me all the time. Obviously, I'm with John literally 24/7, but just to have our little girl with us too, like, and just spend time with her and get to know her, like that's definitely what I'm most excited for. How many kids do I want? So in the beginning of the pregnancy, I was like, holy crap, this is so horrible. Like, these symptoms are so horrible. I'm never going to want to be pregnant again. I already know it. Like, this is going to be it. And I was so sad because I was like, I've always wanted like 4 kids. So it must be the exact same way as people say, like, once you give birth, you forget about the pain and you want to do it all over again. Well, it literally is like that because, like, now that I'm past the first trimester, I'm just past it and I don't feel that way anymore. I'm like, okay, yeah, that sucked, but it's not so, like, it could have been worse, you know? Looking back on it, I'm like, yeah, at the moment, that was like the most horrible thing I've ever been through in my life. But now, it is what it is, and I would do it again. So I think I probably still want 4. Will we have more soon after, or will we wait a while? So John wants to wait a while, I can already tell. So I don't know. I would probably say, well, we would wait 2 years, like, for sure. I think he literally said he wants to wait like 4 or 5 years, so we'll just have to see. We're just gonna have to see. Cravings, I had like a weird salami craving for a little while, but now I'm past that. I had really bad heartburn when I was going through that phase because I was just eating salami, and so yeah, I'm past that now. I've been into buffalo style chicken. Like, obviously I love chicken wings, but like buffalo style with hot sauce, anything, I've been really into that. And like, I've had an aversion to Mexican food, which is one of my favorite foods, so it's super weird, but yeah. Haven't really eaten any Mexican food. Probably because in my first trimester, that was like what I would try to get down when we were on our trip in Hawaii. They had like a Mexican place right below our hotel, so I would go there and just get Mexican food, and then I would feel so sick. So now I just can't eat it at all. Names. We do have boy and girl names. Obviously, we're having a little girl, so yes, we know what our little girl's name is going to be. I'm not sharing it yet. It's not because it's some big surprise secret, nothing. I'm just honestly like, we haven't done a ton of like videoing or vlogging like throughout the pregnancy experience just because we've been enjoying it ourselves. Maybe I'll do that for my next pregnancy and like really do like a monthly this, monthly that, all these updates and everything. But right now I've just been like kind of enjoying the moments between me and John. So we will share her name before she's born for sure, but we're just not sharing it yet. First baby thing we bought. So I found out right before we went to Hawaii, probably 2 weeks before we went to Hawaii, that I was pregnant. So then I told John, and when we got to Hawaii, we were just shopping, and we actually got her, well, we didn't know the gender at the time, so we needed to get something very gender neutral. So we ended up going into the Gucci store. This is so bougie, but we got the her Gucci onesie, hat, and a little bib. So she's stylish, but that's like the only designer thing we bought for her, and I don't foresee us buying other designer things. Am I going to be breastfeeding? Yes, I do plan to breastfeed. Obviously, to each their own. I was not breastfed, but I would like to breastfeed. So yeah, I'm going to try to do it and see how it works out. Do I have a max weight gain goal? I would love to not gain like 60 pounds. I'm 4'10". Like, there is nowhere for my weight to go. There's no distribution, so I look a lot bigger than like what I've actually gained. I've only gained like 21 pounds, I think. I was at this literally this morning. 21 pounds, which I've been like kind of chilling at because, like I said, I gained a lot of weight in the first trimester. And then I kind of just like balanced it out. Like, I lost a little and then gained a little. Just kind of chilling at that weight. But I don't really have like a weight gain like max. Like, I'm just doing what my body wants. If I need to eat, I'm gonna eat. And I'm gonna eat what I can get down, because still to this day there are times where I'm like, ew, I can't get anything down today. So I'm just rolling with it, and all I care about is having a healthy baby. Was I trying to hide being pregnant before making it public? We definitely were trying to hide it, not because we were like keeping it a secret. It's just literally because of what I said. You never know what could happen. And I just didn't want to announce so early that like something happened, and then we had to make another announcement. So yeah, I definitely wasn't like shouting it off the mountains, but I wasn't necessarily like hiding it. Like, if there was somebody who saw me and could tell I was pregnant, then it is what it is. Who will be in the room when I give birth? I have thought about this for a while. I actually just want it to be me and John. We may do like a birth photographer. I'm not positive yet, but I would like to just enjoy that moment with him and just me, him, and our baby, having those first few moments together. All of our family will obviously be there or come right afterwards, but for the actual giving birth, I really just want it to be me and John. And then the last question that I have is, what do I hope the baby inherits from each of us? So for me, I would love a little blonde baby, so I hope that she gets my like towheadness, because I had just this white hair growing up always. Obviously it's gotten darker now, but when I was a baby I had like white hair, so I would love her to be a little blondie. I would say I want her to get like, well, John and I are both athletic, but I'm a girl, so I would like her to be like an athletic girl the way that I am. I would like her to be hardworking the way that I am. From John, I would love her to inherit his teeth. He literally never had braces and has the best teeth, so I'd love for him to inherit her teeth. I want her to inherit his skin, because he has like the most perfect skin. He like barely breaks out ever. I have horrible breakouts all the time. He has like nice tan skin. It's the perfect color. I'm like pasty white. So I hope he gets her skin, or I hope she gets his skin. And I really hope she gets his sense of humor, because he is like the funniest person that you will ever meet in your entire life. And like anybody who takes him too serious, it's just so ridiculous, because he is so funny. But like at the same time of him being funny, he is like so caring and kind. So I really hope she like gets that whole mixture from him, because that's like the best mixture someone could possibly have. So that is pretty much all the questions that were asked out of 600. Most of them were literally wedding and was it planned. So you guys got your answer to that. And like I said, I'm really excited to start doing home content this week. So definitely be sure to subscribe and follow along with that. I will be posting everything on Instagram too, and doing swipe ups to all of our vlogs. But I am so glad to have this finally out to you guys, and thank you so much for watching.